Hey, what is up, guys? We are just about to head into HasCon. It looks like it's going to be fun. There's a lot of construction going on. HasCon looks like it's going to be epic. And we are at HasCon. Nice hair! Wow. These some old ones. Wow. G.I. Joe.
So while I was at HasCon, they had a lot of the G.I. Joe costumes from on the set of the movie. They had a lot of the props from the movie, a lot of the vehicles. So it was pretty awesome to see that firsthand. So it definitely was worth it. Snake Eyes, yeah, all that.
G.I. Joe! And knowing is half the battle.
One of the cool things about HasCon was that it wasn't just all about Transformers. They also had local news personalities like Mario Hilario there from Channel 10. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see someone you see on TV every day. They had Transformers from the upcoming movies. I got to meet product designers and stuff like that. They really gave me insight into the whole development of Transformers and especially the modern movies. It was just a really cool, insightful event. They had a booth where they made toys in front of you in a 3D printer, and there's Trypticon and Primus. They had all these old models, so it wasn't like they had forgotten about the fan bases that loved these toys. And they had guys from the Japanese Toei Takara company come, so you know, that was pretty cool. I mean, all in all, it was just a really rewarding experience, just to see all these legends that played a part in me growing up together, and to get to interact with them and to pick their brains about a few things. So it definitely was worth it to go to HasCon. Omega Supreme is a beast. Yeah, they had a whole case full of like these old school Transformers toys, you know, from my generation and before then. Fortress Maximus, Trypticon, Battlespark Optimus from Beast Machines and Beast Wars. So yeah, and they even had a lot of MLP fans though.
Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
So while I was checking out the Star Wars section, I also got a chance to glimpse these cool Star Wars Legends or Star Wars Black figures, Black Series figures. So it was pretty awesome. I got to pose with Thor's hammer. You know, there were just little things I talked at length with some guy about Star Wars Legends and the gripe that fans have with them, and got to talk with some MLP fans, so it was pretty awesome.
Nice to see you guys. Hey, Bumblebee, let me get a thumbs up. All right.
So when I was there, they were displaying this Titans Return line that they're releasing with Fortress Maximus and Triptychon, and they had all the models, scaled models from the movie. So it was really a treat to be there. It was definitely worth it. It's totally awesome.
Don't worry about it. I'll carry it.
Falling apart. So,
Oh, you got an Optimal Optimus.
Yeah, man, I got an Optimal Optimus. I just had a quick question. Okay, so first off, let's start with names.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, my name's John Warden. I'm a design manager at HasCon.
All right, Coach, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So I just had a question concerning Beast Wars. Like, I really wanted to see more of it.
Oh, of course.
And more Beast Machines. That was part of my childhood, and I just love the innovation behind it. So if you could just elaborate a little bit more about that.
Sure. Beast Wars actually, it's one of those awesome things that when Transformers was really at a crossroads in the 1990s, the team there knew that there was something they had to do to really change the game for toys. There were a lot of cars and other things that were flooding the market at the time. So when the idea of transforming animals came to play in 1995, 1996, the original show, they partnered with a best-in-class computer animation studio at the time, who also did the cartoon Reboot, which I don't know if you remember or not from the 1990s.
Yeah, I remember Reboot.
Okay, so it became something that I think fans of the time weren't even expecting, and fans of G1 actually at the beginning kind of weren't sure about it, but Beast Wars actually has been one of those things that over the years has really taken on an incredible longevity in life because of the incredible storytelling that those people built into it. Some of the best stories, you're talking time travel, all sorts of characters that are amazing and magical in their own right. Optimus Primal is this kind of awesome cowboy leader. Megatron, Megatron from Beast Wars, is in some ways even more sinister than Megatron G1.
I think he is.
Because he's just diabolical. And then the whole plot with the golden disc and the time travel and the plot to destroy the original crew of the Ark, and then ultimately the travel back to Cybertron and the story that happens in Beast Machines. It's an incredible story arc. The toys that came to life in that time have incredible texture. Actually, one of my designers, Aaron Gray over there, he also grew up with Beast Wars and Beast Machines. Yeah. And he's a huge fan of the Transmetals.
I love those. Transmetal 2 Cheetor and Beast Machines Cheetor, that was my thing. I just wish they made more video games about Beast Wars and Beast Machines. What if they relaunch Beast Wars and Beast Machines?
Dude, can you imagine? Awesome.
And updated the graphics, that would be so awesome.
Be nuts. Be so great.
I would love
the stories are so good and the characters are so awesome that it could totally hold up.
Yeah. They should just relaunch everything, and then introduce it to a new generation, especially Beast Machines.
Totally. I think that's one of the cool things about working on a brand like Transformers is you've got fans of G1, you've got fans even of Armada. Grew up with Armada in the 2000s, and the 2007 Transformers the movie film got a whole new younger generation fans of those. So like we even just put out movie masterpiece toys, like because the fans that grew up with the 2007 film are now adults and toy collectors. So the part of what's really cool about coming to places like HasCon or San Diego Comic-Con is we're able to like talk to people and realize that like our Transformers family is so big. So going back and revisiting those stories is something we always like to do in toys and video games and other types of media.
Okay. So did you like work on? I don't know if you go that far back, but did you work on any Beast Machines episodes, or did you know?
No.
That worked on those
I
storylines?
came on board. I came on board when the company was actually working on Beast Machines, but at the time I was working on Star Wars Episode 2.
Oh wow!
So I was working on. I designed a Boba Fett action figure from back then, actually, and then I actually throughout the years I worked on Shrek 2. I worked on Pokemon, Ruby Sapphire toys, and then I worked on G.I. Joe for years and years and years, and then now I'm on Transformers. Been on Transformers since 2014. Wow. It's been a fun ride. Yeah, never stop dreaming, and you know, just keep getting those ideas out, no matter how hard it takes. Like I remember when I first got into this industry, I was I was moonlighting, just trying to even get a portfolio together, just to try to get recognized and noticed. Because I was in the automotive industry before. You break into the toy industry, you have experience. And I came in and got some interviews and worked in a couple other toy companies. And now I'm finally here. It's so you just never give up. Never give up on your dreams, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
While I was at HasCon, I got to meet this legendary toy designer, Guy Cassidy, who designed some of the original G.I. Joe vehicles. So it definitely was a treat to meet him there. HasCon rocked.
Well, folks, we just wrapped up HasCon. I had plenty of fun. They should definitely do this every year. Met a lot of cool people. Got some autographs.
Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Coast, and here is my HasCon haul. A lot of stuff from HasCon, so let's check out what's in this bag. Got a lot of stuff from the event, so yeah, it was pretty awesome. Well, what I got from, I think probably the most satisfying pull that I got from the HasCon event was I got this old school classic Beast Wars Optimal Optimus Transformer signed by a couple of the Japanese Takara company, which does work with Hasbro. I got it officially signed by them and autographed. So a couple of their people, the Takara people, came to the Hasbro event, so that was pretty cool. Let's see what else. Comics. I got in on the Revolution First Strike comics. I bought these convention exclusive comics and posters, if I can find them in here. It's a lot of stuff. So yeah, at the event they had these Hasbro HasCon passports, which is pretty fresh. Optimus Prime, Game Dice, and the MLP fan base, giving them a little shout out. They have this new app called Drop Mix they were advertising, which is pretty dope. It's like a music mixing app. They had, stuff for had all kinds of things on display. This was like the booklet from the program. A lot of, I also got this signed up in the top corner, which looks like some old school Japanese box art or something like that with like Fortress Maximus on over here, and Triptychon, a bunch of other Transformers duking it out, and it's got a signature on it, so autograph. That was pretty nice. Oh, whoops. Got some concept art over here. Optimus Primal, original form. A bunch of other artwork. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Got this HasCon pin with Optimus Prime on it. Not to be confused with Primal, they're different. And this mug with the HasCon logo and a bunch of Hasbro's mainstays. Got the Monopoly Man on there, can't forget him. A bunch of others. So before I continue, these Revolution comics, I also had them autographed by the artist that was working on them. You can see right there. I also got one of the older Dreamwave comic books autographed. This is Transformers War Within, Dark Ages. I also got that autograph. This is from 2004. So yeah, that's from a while ago. Can't believe it. Can't believe how long it's been. Anyway, Revolution is a Hasbro event. It's a massive company crossover between all of their franchises. We have Mask, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Rom the Space Knight over here, and they're all going to be coming together. Action Man, I'd almost forgotten about him. I didn't know they owned him, but Action Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Rom, you know, it's going to be a bunch of Hasbro's characters together in one series, so it's pretty awesome. Looking forward to reading more of the issues, but I read a little bit about it online, and from what I saw, I was pretty impressed. So anyway, this should be good. So yeah, let's see what else we have in here. Voila, we have a few more items. And drawings, which are autographed by some of the IDW comic artists. And since I'm a huge Beast Wars fan in particular, I got a lot of Beast Wars artwork. There's the entire cast in their original forms from the Beast Wars television show. Here's Megatron in all three of his forms that he appears in the show. Transmetal 2 Dragon form, his Transmetal 1 T-Rex form, and his basic classic form from the beginning of the show. Optimal Optimus, the boss himself. Transmetal 1 and 2 in his original form. And Transmetal 2 Cheetor as well. And they're all autographed by the artist. So yeah, it was a pretty awesome investment. Might be worth something later on. And Cosimus Prime. And my HasCon ticket and some other stuff. This card from I met one of the original, one of the designers of the original vehicles for G.I. Joe. So he gave me his card, which is pretty sick. I mean, which is pretty awesome. And this lunch bag I won in a contest from Dunkin' Donuts because I'm a stud. And now for the main attraction. This thing, hold on, let me just get this open. Okay, I don't want to damage anything. But yeah, on top of that, I also got this cool RC thing, which is, wow, that's pretty awesome. It has like a miniature Ultra Magnus and a few cards. It has the specs. So yeah, I like that. It sort of transforms. The entire box does. So yeah, it has a miniature Ultra Magnus, a convention exclusive RC, which is pretty dope, and these convention exclusive cards from the Titans Return line. So yeah, it's pretty dope, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of stuff I got. I also have a Black Arachnia downstairs, so this isn't like the first female Transformer figure I have. Not that there's a problem. But anyway, yeah, it was a pretty good haul from HasCon. I got a lot of stuff that I'm happy with. And hopefully they do more of this, because I love Hasbro and their products. So